Hello. Okay, so Spirit says come and do a reading. They want you to get a message across. Now, I don't know for who, and I don't know what. Ooh, karmic trench. Okay, so karmic trench. So a karmic trench, and then we've got fated meeting. So someone is obviously dealing with the karmic. Okay, a karmic situation, a karmic soulmate, someone who you have a bit of a toxic relationship with, someone who it's a toxic cycle. Okay, it doesn't have to be a toxic person or a terrible person, but you and them together bring out fireworks, but not in the good way. It's fireworks in the bad way. You may have good times together, but when you are honest with yourself and you start to make a list of all the good things you guys share versus all the bad times and all the bad things you share, the bad is going to outweigh the good. Now, what I'm getting is there's possibly fights, and it's going to create problems within the home or problems within the financial situation in the home. There could be drama in the home. And what Spirit is saying to you is when you're with someone in a karmic trench, okay, you're going to dig deeper into that trench by learning not to, well, if you don't learn not to answer versus react, okay. A karmic relationship is someone who is always going to trigger you. They make you feel less than you deserve. They make you believe that you deserve less than what you deserve. They're not empowering, okay? That's how you know if you're in a karmic relationship. If the person you are with is not empowering, therefore they don't try to help you to become a better person. They rather insult you and run you down, okay? This is, okay, so what I'm definitely getting here, you are splitting up with this karmic, okay? This relationship is falling apart, and if this is not you, then this is not your reading, because this is someone who everything's falling apart. Financially, things are falling apart. And you know what this is? This is Spirit trying to gain your attention, which is why now they've brought me here to do it for you. Okay, Spirit is trying to get your attention. Okay, the reason why things are not working your way, or there's always constant drama or fighting, it's because it's you holding on to something that's not meant to be. Okay, and if you don't remove yourself from the situation, it's going to get worse. Okay, so until you can learn to actually go and gain the strength to just go, it's done, it's finished, and walk away. Now, there was that fated meeting there. So what Spirit is saying is they have someone that you are fated to be with. Okay, there's a fated person you're supposed to be with right now, but because you are so involved in this karmic, and you're in this karmic cycle, and you're refusing to leave. Now, don't misunderstand me when I say karmics are not like there isn't love, or there isn't but it's more codependency rather than real love. You think it's love because the feelings are so strong, but remember, the devil works in very many different ways. Now, I don't like to really talk about the devil itself, but it's the negative energies, and people associate negative energies to a devil. But let's just say the negative energies of this earth, the ones that don't want you to be happy, work in very clever ways. So karmics are addictive. They're very addictive, okay? They are, you feel like you're a failure when you leave them, because they make you feel like a failure. Like, you see, I knew you were going to do that, and I knew you were going to leave, and yeah, that's just you. You're going to walk away. That's just you walking away. And they don't take responsibility for what they've done to make you leave or to make you walk away, okay? And what that does is it makes you feel unvalidated. It makes you feel like you weren't worthy, and they probably will tell you, well, because of what you did, and it's never ever what I did, how I contributed to that behavior. And so what happens is you need their validation more than anyone else's. It's like a child who lives in an abusive parents. They want their parents affection. They want their parents just to acknowledge them, to be proud of them. That's all they ever do. And you may find that you have a trigger within your own childhood where you might have felt like you always needed to be better. Maybe you had competition. Doesn't mean that your parents, did this. It could be your friends. It could have been your brothers or siblings, that you're constantly in competition. You were perhaps the dark horse, or you watched someone be a dark horse and you were constantly needing validation from your mom and dad as to what actually happens, or your brothers and sisters, because we're back to the karmic trench here. Okay, so Spirit is really clear here. Okay, your best bet when you're dealing with this karmic trench is to learn to walk away. Okay, don't engage in conversations. There's a saying, and it's quite a Buddhist saying, but it's, an amazing saying, and that is, you don't have to attend every argument. You need to be confident enough in your abilities to believe you are right, to rather go, that's awesome. That's what you think. That's okay. Because you should be believing in yourself enough to say, that's not what I think. And now we're back to the fated meeting. So you're going around and around and around, but you just don't feel like you have the strength to walk away here. Okay. Yes, okay, let me start getting this into a reading, because like I said, we're just going around and around. Right, abuse of the ego. I mean, I can't make this stuff up, guys. Look at this. Look how these three people in this picture. Okay, but look in the mirror. The guy in the middle does not even acknowledge the other people. He cannot even see them. They do not exist in this person's viewpoint. Okay? They do not exist. This person is 100% all about them. What are they going to get from the situation? This is someone who is, well, woe is me. Do you know what I deal with on a daily basis? Because of you, and because of what you've done, and because of what other people have done. And, well, my parents treated me badly. And yes, we all have some kind of trauma that we've got to deal with as a child. But there's no excuse as an adult. As an adult, your job is to acknowledge that you got trauma, but to heal that trauma and not need that validation and not bring other people down. So this person is it's very much about them. And you're creating a karmic trench by carrying on. And all you are doing, you're creating more bad karma in your life. So worse things happen, breaks, if it's within the home, your home keeps breaking down. Okay, walls crack. We've even had it in our own house, tiles crack. This is massive signs from the Spirit that's saying, don't blame other people. You are just to blame. You are creating this karmic trench. Don't just blame everyone else. You are also in the karmic trench. You've also got bad karma on your head because you're constantly going, them. No, stop and take responsibility for yourself. Okay, you are on track to something really better. Okay, you may need a life coach. You may need a muse or someone who can help you out of this situation. We got Hilarion here. Hilarion's all about the divine masculine. It's about stepping up the energies. In this card of decks, though, Hilarion is very much, he's a spiritual leader. He's very good with science and maybe, philosophy. He's also, he is teaching a class. He's got knowledge. He's got the knowledge of all his passed over loved ones around him. So this is also about forensics. It's also about mediumship. Okay, but what this is saying to me is that you are on track to something better, to stepping up in your world, to having more, and your ancestors are trying so badly to get your attention. Okay, which is, again, bad things are happening in your home, or in your work, or you just cannot get a break with things in your life. Your ancestors are actually doing this because they're trying to get your attention. Okay, they want you to be more empowered, to stand up for yourself. They're tired of watching you go through this very terrible relationship. They're tired of watching you suffer. They so badly just want you to know that somewhere out there, there's a fated person. Now, this doesn't have to be love, by the way. This can be anything in your life. There's a fated person, the best, your fated soul job, soul mate, soul relationship, soul friendship, soul group, okay? Something that is much better than where you are right now. Your soul purpose, even, for a lot of you. But you're so drenched in that. And again, we're going through a new moon. If you start thinking about all the things you don't have, you're creating one more month of not having, okay? Time for you to walk away. Okay, what Spirit is saying is things are very tumultuous right now. You may be having this tumultuous fights, this just negativity. It's quite simple. Get yourself amused, get yourself help, get a psychologist, a coach, friend, call a friend. You need someone to help you right now, because you're just creating more bad luck, more bad karma in your life right now. Because on the other end of this, once you fall over the edge, this huge, it feels like everything's just going wrong and I don't know what to do and I'm so scared. And Spirit's saying, if you trust them and you just dive over that cliff, please, not literally, and look at the beautiful serene water that's here, then you'll have growth. You'll have growth, you'll have expansion, you'll have better things going on in your life. This is building a new nest, having children, family, you name it, you can. Sorry, there's a bit of interruption. Anyway, you've also got the reflection card. So the reflection card, this is about the moon energy. Now the moon's emotions are something where spirit guides are saying, even though you may not see the full path in front of you, you just have to trust that by moving away from this toxic person. Now, for some of you, you can't completely move away from them because maybe perhaps you work with them or you live with them and you just can't for whatever reason. Like maybe this could be a parent, and you can, by the way, disconnect from your parents, unless of course you live with them and you just really cannot for whatever. Emotionally, you've got to disconnect from them. Okay, emotionally, you've just got to say, I'm not getting into this, I'm not fighting, and you just need to learn to trust your own intuition. Of course, if you can leave, this is a big sign from spirit that it's time to walk away. What's on the other end of this, once you've got together the strength to do it, is a soulmate, a soul job, your soul town, your soul, the best thing that's for you is on the other end of the sphere. Okay, so they understand that you can't see the other end, and that's what's making you feel so fearful. Okay, paths are unknown, so you feel really worried about what to do and what decision to make. But spirit guides are saying, write it down the positives. New moon, perfect time. Write down don't focus on what you don't want, focus on what you do want, and then say to yourself, is this person do they tick these boxes? Does this person really tick the boxes? Spirit's trying to ascend you, to send you to a higher level, of consciousness, to a higher level within your career. And look at their soul tribe. Your soul tribe is waiting for you, okay? They're waiting for you. And look at they came out together. I didn't even see the other card behind there. Look at that. Soul tribe and soul and fated meeting. You are literally hanging on to the devil when God is giving you the most amazing thing. And again, when I say the devil, I don't mean in a toxic way, but I'm saying you holding onto something that is toxic, that is not healthy, that is unhealthy and horrible. And on the other end is something that is absolutely fated. And what did I say? The Muse cards came out. Something that's patient, loving, kind, someone who will do exactly for you as what you have done for this karmic person. This person will love you and appreciate you, appreciate the efforts that you have in your life. And if this has got nothing to do with love and you've got a very happy, or you're not interested in love at all, then this is possibly about anything in your life, really. Being around the wrong people, being with the wrong friends, even your family members. You can, and I repeat, you can disconnect from family members too if they're not healthy for you. We have this rather think, well, that's your mother, that's your father. Yes, but this is me. And you should always be number one. So what spirit guides are saying, get out a pen and paper right now, because the new moon starts tomorrow. What do you want? And in all honesty, does this friend, this job, this business, this relationship, money deals, whatever it is this in your highest good? Because someone here, and this could even be you, unfortunately, I'm just going to put it out there, someone here is so self-involved that they cannot see anyone else or interested in anyone else's views. It's all about me. So you need to go, well, I cannot change a person like this because they do not even see me. I don't even exist in their thoughts. okay? All they can see is themselves. So I have to remove myself somehow. And if, as I said, for whatever reason, this could be a boss, this could be a colleague, and you cannot remove yourself, then emotionally, you've got to just learn to attack, because by you being pulled into this karmic trench, you are manifesting one more month of bad luck. And then that month comes another month of bad luck until you eventually fall to your knees. And then God will say, okay, are you ready now? Can we talk? So God's kind of giving you another warning here. It's time. The clock is ticking before you miss out on the bus of this fated situation, whatever this is for you. The clock is ticking. You could miss out completely and have someone else take over. Someone else, your soulmate can meet someone else tomorrow, and then they're gone. And then you might have to wait until you find someone else. Just putting it out there, okay? Okay, thank you and goodbye.